welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for stopping by. If you're new, please don't forget to hit the red subscribe button. Also, don't forget to hit the notification bell so you'll know each time I upload a video. I try to upload once a week, you guys. I'm uploading either a full video like today, or I am uploading a short. All right, so if you are interested, please stay tuned. Okay, so like if you see me like this at the beginning of my video, then you would know that I'm about to do a foundation review. All right, so I'll be using the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Foundation. All right, it's supposed to stay all day and night, and the color that I got would be in the color 15, which is like a neutral, is it neutral? I think it's like a neutral deep dark color. That's the color that I got. But before I put my foundation on for today, I'm going to go ahead and prep my eyes. My under eyes have been quite dry lately because it's the winter time, and I just want to make sure that my under eyes are moist. And as you probably see, I have my eyebrows on, and I also started my eyeshadow. I typically do my eyebrows and my eyeshadow before I put on my foundation. So that's why I'm coming on screen like this today. I have to trust the process, you guys. I know I kind of look crazy right now and everything isn't put together yet, but I have to trust the process and it will be put together. And this is the eye cream that I'm using. Okay, so I got this eye cream from Ulta. It's very inexpensive, and I use it every time I feel like my eyes are just a little dry. And then as far as primer today, I'm going to be using the Milk Hydro Grip Primer. I'm also going to use the Maybelline Baby Skin Pore Eraser. It's the Instant Pore Eraser. And I'm just putting this where I have the most pores, which will be on my nose and then on the sides of my nose, like on my cheeks. And then I also have a lot of pores on my chin. Okay, I'm gonna give this a moment for my primer to sink in, everyone. And so let me just go ahead and explain the details of the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Foundation. This is not the first time that I have worn this at all. This is probably the second, no, it's not the second, maybe the third time I've worn it. I got it from one of the Sephora sales that happened over the fall or around Christmas time. I got it around then, and so I wanted to try it before. It is extremely matte, which is kind of good for me because my skin is oily. However, during the winter months, my skin tends to get a little dry. So, you know, I tend to typically go for more luminous type of foundations, but I wanted to try this on, and I also need this to stay on all day. I have an activity later on today that I have to do, so I want my makeup to look flawless. Okay, yeah, so the color that I got is 15 Neutral for deep skin with neutral undertones. You see, it's a long-lasting, weightless hybrid skincare foundation. It says it's Charlotte's secret to a flawless, poreless looking, confident skin. The coverage is full and the finish is matte. Okay, so this particular foundation is $44. So I would say it's like in the mid-range, you know. It's not lower range, but it's more like in the mid-range. And if you know anything about Charlotte Tilbury, Charlotte Tilbury is actually quite expensive. So I'm just quite shocked that this foundation is not more expensive than $44, you know. All right, so we're gonna get started. I'm going to use my Morphe. I forget what this is called, but it's one of my Morphe flat brushes that I use for my foundation. I'm gonna bring you guys in. Okay, we are up and personal. Now, if you notice, my face is darker than my body. Okay, so I try to match my foundations to like my neck and my body, not necessarily my face. All right, sometimes I do match them to my face, and then I just highlight and contour to kind of try to make everything match. And so I've tried this foundation before, and it looked kind of light, but I think it oxidized. You know what? Let me shut up. Let me go ahead and start. It has a pump. Packaging is very sleek nice and neat. I'm gonna put on one side. I don't even know if I should put that much on it. And let me just show you my face. So it looks light at first, right? But it actually matches my... Okay, so this side I have the Charlotte Tilbury foundation. This side is just my bare skin. I try not to put foundation underneath my eyes because that's where I'm gonna be putting concealer. And so I'll be testing out some of the concealer items that I got from the recent Sephora haul. So at first, when I put it on, it seemed really light, right? But then I think it kind of blended in with my skin. And more importantly, it matches my, I feel like it matches my neck area. All right, so let's do the other side. Okay, so this is it on my face, full face. What do you think? So as you probably noticed before, I have darkness or hyperpigmentation on my forehead. I've always had it, and so I think it covers that up very well. And of course you have to drag it down your neck, you guys. Even though I feel like it matches my neck, I'm just dragging it down my neck a little bit. Okay, so now I'm gonna go into my concealer. Again, I got some new concealers from the recent Sephora sale, and so I first want to start off with one that's not so recent, but I want to conceal first, and then I'm gonna highlight with a different concealer. I'm using the Cover FX Power Play Concealer. And the color that I'm using would be N Deep 4. And N Deep 4 is very similar to my skin tone. Now I'm just using this to conceal. I'm not necessarily using this to highlight. And I'm using my Real Techniques concealer brush. I just use the Cover FX Power Play Concealer as a concealer, just to get rid of some of the darkness underneath my eyes. And this is the Anastasia of Beverly Hills concealer, and the color that I got would be a 16, and it's called the Magic Touch Concealer. Now I've used this before as well, and what I've noticed about this is extremely light, I guess, for my skin tone. So this will be one that I'm going to use to highlight. So I'm only going to use just a little bit, like a dab, you guys, because if I use too much, my whole face is going to turn like light skin. Now, I've only used a little bit, you guys. I only used a little bit. This is a full coverage concealer, and I think it dries down really quickly, so I'm gonna go ahead and start blending it in. I'm using the same concealer brush from Real Techniques. And I tend not to put any highlight on my forehead. I don't like the look of it. Okay, so that's pretty much it that I'm going to do as far as the demonstration. I'm gonna go ahead off camera and do the rest of my face, and I'll be back, all right, to talk more about the concealer and the foundation. So stay tuned. All right, everyone, I'm back with my finished look. What do you think? All right, so I went off camera to do the rest of my foundation routine, which would be my contour. I put some blush on, put a little bit of highlight on, and then I actually finished it off with the Milk Makeup setting spray. And this was a recent purchase as well. I'm really liking it because my face was sitting kind of matte. So I wanted to add some hydration to it so it won't be too matte, if you know what I mean. So yeah, let me go ahead and talk about some of the products that I used today. Oh, I also used the Charlotte Tilbury setting powder. Okay, and so this is in the color 3, and it's pretty light, so I used it underneath my eyes. After I set my under eyes with my Laura Mercier loose setting powder in honey, I went over it with my Charlotte Tilbury setting powder because it's a little light, so it can give me sort of more like a highlighted effect without having to add any more concealer to my look. Again, I don't like my face to be overly highlighted. There have been times when I have done that look, but I'm kind of transitioning more onto more of the natural type of looks. Okay, so let me just give you my pros and cons, my thoughts about all the products that I've been using lately. The Charlotte Tilbury foundation, I absolutely love it. It's so good, you guys. It's really, really good. I was quite surprised because this was like a last minute drop in the cart purchase. All right, I didn't even really realize I was gonna buy this until like the last 30 minutes before I closed my cart out and paid. And so I'm really pleased with the foundation. So it's something, again, I think I would definitely wear again and again. And then also the Anastasia Beverly Hills concealer. I like the concealer a lot, actually. I just think I have the wrong shade. The shade I got, again, was 16. I don't want to say I got the wrong shade. I just feel like the shade that I got is really light. So I really have to be very careful with it, you guys. I cannot go overboard with this. It's full coverage, it's matte. So again, I have to be really, really careful. But I like it, I enjoy it. Since I used the Milk Hydro Grip all over my face and I used my eye cream underneath my eye, I don't feel like a tightness from this foundation. And I think that's probably what you would need to do if you want to wear like a matte foundation and a matte concealer. You would have to make sure that your skin prep and the primers that you use are a little bit more hydrating, so that way it won't be matte on top of matte on top of matte. In addition, remember I used the Maybelline Baby Skin for my pores, which I think really helped. I think it really helped. What else did I use? But I do want to talk about this one product that I got during the Sephora sale, and I mentioned it in some of my other previous videos that I was gonna pick this up. I think this is my second time trying it out, and I got it in a small travel size, and that would be the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer in Amande. When I got it before, I did not like it at all. And that was a while ago. I want to say that was over like 4 years ago. I don't even know where it is, honestly, the other one I got. But I saw it again and I decided to pick up the little travel mini size just to see, do I really not like it? Like, what's going on? And I can pretty much say I don't still like it. I don't like it. I don't know what it is. It's, to me, I feel like it's not creamy enough. I don't know. I don't like the texture at all. So I'm really happy that I got a little travel size and not a full size, so I can use this up. I'm sure I'm gonna use it like for different things, like maybe, you know, sculpted out my eyebrows or something. I don't know, maybe as a eyeshadow base, whatever, just so I can use it up. But I will not be repurchasing this at all. I just didn't like it. I don't know what it is. I just did not like it. I don't like it. Alright, so that's pretty much it. That is my review of the recent makeup items I've gotten from Sephora. I've gotten some other things too. Let me see if I have that down that I've tried out. I've gotten some other things that I've tried out. I did pick up the Fenty Beauty Soft Matte Foundation in the travel size, and I got the color and I got the shade 445. It was still, the shade was still slightly off for me. So I'm thinking I didn't pick up the 450 like I originally said I was gonna pick up because I decided to get the Charlotte Tilbury foundation. And so I'm just kind of, you know, bummed about that. Maybe I should have picked up the 450. Maybe that would have been more to my skin tone. I don't know. But that worked very well. It was fine, you know. And then I did try an eyebrow stamp that I got from a vendor, an Amazon vendor. I did not really care for it at all, you know. Yeah, I probably won't be using it again. Yeah. Alright, so thanks again for stopping by this video. If you have any questions, leave them down below. Don't forget to like the video on your way out. Don't forget to comment. Let me know that you stopped by. Also, if you're new to my channel, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. And for all of you who would like to follow me on my various social media platforms, I will of course leave that up so you can find me over there. And I will see you in another video. Thank you so much for stopping by.